Okay, here are the notes for worksheet B. This time you're going to be measuring angles. On this one, if you were able to print this worksheet out, great for the notes, right? You were able to print this out and you have it there that you can follow along. If not, then you're just going to have to sketch this out, right? You're able to pause it since this is a video. Sketch out the diagram, the drawing, the angle, and then follow along. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in to number 1, start there, and then move along. Here we go. Okay, zooming in here to number 1. Find the measure of each angle. All right, this can be a little confusing. There's an arc, there's the thing with the arrow, and then there's the blue part here. Okay, I'm going to explain all of this. Okay, number 1, the first thing you're going to want to do, obviously, remember in each quadrant, the angles have to add up to 90 degrees. Since obviously the terminal side is here, remember all the angles always start here. The initial side always is on the positive. And here this angle happens to terminate or end or rest in quadrant 3. The first thing you're going to want to do is they're going to give you one of the angles. Just figure out the other one. Figure out the other ones. Remember here they add up to 90, so if that one's 60, the other one here has to be 30 degrees, right? Because they add up to 90. These are complementary angles. So this one's 60, this one's 30. Sometimes you'll use the one that they provide. Sometimes you're going to use this complementary angle, and you'll see when we go through these examples how this works. So remember, here's the angle. Which one's the angle? Well, not the 60, not the 30. The angle is, again, you got to read this arrow. Remember, they're all starting here, and this is in blue. They all start here, and then we can see that it ends here. And the red is telling you, this red arrow is telling you that it starts here and it's opening up all of this, all of this, all of this. All this part is the angle. Not this side of it over here. This whole piece right here. And why did they tell you this 60 degrees? Well, that's for you to know that it's 60 degrees past this mark. All right, so let's see. If we just start here, remember this is our initial side, or where the angle starts or initiates. That's 0 degrees. Remember, you're counting by 9s or by 90s. 9 times 1, 9 or 90. 9 times 2 is 18, or another 90, and 90 is 18 or 180, right? Put a 0 to that. So the angle went here, 90, it went to here, 90, and then did it get to the next one, right? 9 times 3, 270. Did it get to 270? No. So it's what? It's 0, it's 90, it's 180 plus what? And then that's why they give you this. It's 60 degrees in, so it's 180, and then add 60 degrees more. 180 plus 60. So that tells you that this angle is up to here 240 degrees. Okay. So the angle's already drawn. Your job is to figure out what's the degree, what's the measure of each angle. Okay. And again, just get into this practice of always having the two measures of the two complementary angles that are in the quadrant. Remember, they add up to 90. Okay, number 2. And they're going to get a little bit more challenging. Don't think it's this easy, so just keep following with the notes. Okay, so remember here, they're telling us this is 70. First thing is I'm going to fill in this information. Some of you think the answer is 70 degrees. Well, no. If this is 70 and I know this is a right angle here and they add up to 90, that means that this one has to be 20, right? So now the question is, which one's the angle? Well, remember, it starts here. Here's the initial side, always on the positive side of the x-axis, and you follow this red arrow. It's only from here to here. This part, this slice is your angle. And how much is that? Well, it's not 70. That's just telling you that it's 70 off of here. They didn't want to just give it the angle out right away. Anyways, we know the answer for this one is 20 degrees. Okay, let's look at this one here. Again, just focus on, right, the angle terminates. Here's a terminal side. It ends here in quadrant 2, and they're telling you it's 50 degrees here, but your job is to figure out this first. Well, if this is 50 degrees and these two angles add up to 90, right? That means this one's 40. Does that mean that the angle is 40 degrees? No. Because remember, the angle starts here. On the positive side, it initiates here. So that's 0 degrees where it starts. Then you went up and it opened up, and now you went to 90, and it's past 90 degrees. How much more past 90 degrees? Not 50, right? It's 90 plus this other piece, right? Follow the red arrow. So in this case, 90 plus 40. This angle will be 130. That'll be the answer for this angle here. That's the angle, 130 degrees. All right, keep following along. They're not going to be this easy. Number 4, they're going to get a little bit more complicated. Remember, well, let's do this first. We got this 25. These two add up to 90, so this is 65. Okay, 65. Does that mean the angle is 65? No. It looks like it. I mean, the angle's right here. The answer is not 65 degrees. Why? Because look at the way that it's telling you that it's opening up this way. Now it's going actually clockwise. So this is actually, remember, a negative angle. And negative angles go this way, which is clockwise. These first 3 examples were positive angles because they're going counterclockwise. Okay, so that means that the answer is not 65. Now that this is a negative angle, right, you're starting here, and look, follow the arrow. It's going all the way around over here. There's no way that's 65 degrees. It starts here, that's 0 degrees. That's 0 degrees. But now I got to go around this way, and now you're counting right negative. So this is 0. This is now negative 90. Another 90 is going to add up to negative 180. And I'm coming around, and then another 90, or 9 times 3 is 27. So that's negative 270. And it's negative 270 and what? 25 more, right? It's negative 270 up to here. But see, that's why it's telling you here how much you need to add to the 270. So 270 plus this 25 more in is 295. But remember, this is a negative angle. So the answer is for this angle all the way around, from here all the way around here, is negative 295 degrees. Okay, here we go. Now they're going to get a little bit more challenging. Number 5. All right, what do we have here? This is 70. That makes this little other piece, this other complementary angle, right? These two add up to 90. If this is 70, this is 20. Sometime you'll use this other complementary angle. Sometimes you're just going to use the one that's given. So it depends, but always write them in. This is 70, this other part's 20. Right? The terminal side is there. You got to determine which way you're going, if this is a positive angle or a negative angle. Well, it starts here. And if I look at the way this red arrow is spiraling, it's spiraling, what? Counterclockwise, so that's a positive angle. Remember, positive angles start counterclockwise. So, if I start from 0, and I'm going to kind of trace this so that you can see what part you've covered. If I start here from 0 and I go all the way around and I'm back here, I covered what? I'm 0 and now I'm back, and now I'm around to 360. So it's greater than 360. I went around, made a whole lap. rotation there. Back here at 360, then I gotta add what? Another 90 to the 360, because I gotta keep going. If I add 90 more to 360, that'll give you here will be 450. So I went around 360, 360 plus 90 is 450. Now I'm 450 and I gotta add how much more? Well, that's what that number there is for, to tell you how much you have to add. So it's gonna be 360 plus 90, 450 plus what? 450 plus 70. The answer is 520. And that's a positive angle, positive 520, right? It's going counterclockwise. All right. Number 6. Okay. Let's see, here's 0. Here's 0 degrees. If this is 60, this is what, 30? Well, again, just put it there. You might use it, you might not, but just know what it is. Right, remember these two add up to 90 in every quadrant. Every quadrant is 90 degrees. Okay, you have to know if it's a positive or a negative angle. What is going to tell you that? Remember, the initial side is here. They all start from here. And if I look here and I follow this, if it's going clockwise, that is a negative angle. A negative angle is clockwise. So let me go one rotation around. From there to there, I'm already back at what? Negative 360. Then, oh darn, doesn't it go all the way around again? Yeah, it does. It goes another one, another rotation, another 360 around. So I'm back to there. So I'm 0, negative 360. Another negative 360 is negative 720. Now I'm right here at negative 720. Plus 90 more, right? Because every quadrant is 90. So 720 and 90 is 810. So up to here is negative 810. And then how much more? 60 more, right? That's this little piece here. That's the 60. So 810 and 60. This angle here, all this around negative 810, and add 60 more to that. The answer for this one is negative 870, right? Negative 870 degrees. All right, let's see 7 and 8. Last two, 7 and 8. 7. Okay, this one's different. You see this? They're not giving you any of the two angles here. I don't know what this piece is. I don't know what this piece is. This is not the answer, obviously, because it made several rotations or revolutions. So how is this going to help me? How is this number going to help me get these two pieces here? Well, this is a positive. This is 110, which means from here to here is 90. If I go here and I just look at this, from here to here is 90. And how much more would you need to get to 110, right? Or 110 take away 90. If this part's 90 from here to here, that means this little piece has to be what? 20. This little angle piece right here is 20 degrees, right? I'm getting that indirectly from this. All right. Remember, you always want to find these two complementary angles where the terminal side is in the quadrant. So this 110 from here to here is 90, so this has to be 20 more. That means this piece over here, right? Again, these two add up to 90. That means this one's 70. I'll be using one of these two. You'll see which one. And see, this is why I want you to find both of them all the time. Okay, so now let's start from the initial side. The initial side is here, always here on the positive side of the x-axis. So this is 0 degrees. And which way are we going here? We're going clockwise, so this is going to be a negative angle. Remember, negative angles go clockwise. So let's see. If I start here and I go one rotation around, I'm back to here, so that's already negative 360 degrees. And I keep going 90 and another 90. So that's another 90 and another 90. So now I'm at another, let's see, this is negative 360 plus 90 is negative 450. Plus another 90 is negative 540. So I got it all the way to here. Negative 540, and how much more do I have to add to that? 70 added to that to get to this terminal side. So add up the 540 and the 70, and the answer is negative, right? So 540 plus 70 is 610. 610. But the angle, your angle measure is going to be negative 610, right? Okay, last one, number 8. Okay, again, they didn't, here's the terminal side. They didn't give me one of these two angles here, these complementary angles. But here's a hint. Again, this one's indirectly going to give you a hint here or help you out. Again, if it starts from here, I know from here to here is 90, right? This part, right, because each quadrant, this is 90. So how much more does this have to be if this is 125? Well, I know 90 plus 35 is 125, so this has to be 35. Right, because from here to here is 90. This quadrant here is 90, so 90 plus 35. Okay, that gives me the hint. That's what I needed. Forget about this. This is 35. Again, always find this one just in case. Sometimes you'll use it, sometimes you won't, but you'll use it on the next part of the assignment. This will be what, 55, right? Because these two have to add up to 90. Okay. Let's see where this angle starts. Well, they always start here, the initial side, that's 0 degrees. And are we looking at a positive angle or a negative angle? Well, this is going counterclockwise up. Remember, up, positive, maybe you want to look at it that way. If it starts up or counterclockwise, it's positive. If it starts down or clockwise, it's negative. This is a positive angle. So I'm covering 90. I covered another 90, so that's 180. Then I cover another 90. Or 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 2 is 18, 9 times 3 is 27, so this is 270. So I'm here at 270, and I gotta go how much more? Well, see, that's why we need to find these numbers. 35 more. Whatever 270 plus 35 more is my answer, and this is a positive angle. 270 plus 35 is 305. Yep, 305 degrees. That's a positive angle. That's your angle measured, 305 degrees. All right, there you go. Easy assignment. Good luck.